everybody, I want to show you and talk to you about this pasta roller and cutter set that I got off of Amazon. So I have experience with a couple different pasta rollers. I've used stand mixer attachments before, and I've also used like strictly countertop pasta makers. So it comes in this nice little box, nicely packaged. I've already taken out the pasta roller attachment. And so I'm just going to go ahead and walk you through the pasta making process. I have already went ahead and made the pasta dough, and then I cut the ball in quarters. So that's why it looks like this. For my recipe, there's different ones out there. I use 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So what you're going to do with your mixer, you want to make sure it's unplugged, and then you're going to go ahead and twist this part off. And then you will put this attachment in. And then make sure that it is securely on, and then you can go ahead and plug it back in. So one thing that is different about this pasta roller than other ones that I'm used to is it's a small detail, but normally you start on a small number and you're going to slowly roll higher. Normally you'd start at 0 or 1 and roll up. This you're going to start at 8, and what that does is your thickness is like wider, and you're going to knead the dough through that. So you're going to put it through and fold it and put it through and fold it, and then you're going to do that a couple times, and then you're going to go ahead and go one smaller, and you're going to go 7. You're going to knead and fold a few times, and the recipe or the instruction book says to like knead and roll through step 6 or 5, but not to fold it at a setting lower than 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and make spaghetti noodles, so it says to go to setting number 4. So I want to take you along with me while I do this. I'm just going to kind of flatten it out a little bit to do some of the work for the roller, but the roller really will do the rest. I want to go ahead and turn my mixer on to speed number 2. And then you will be able to see how this works. So it flattened it into the sheet of pasta, and then I want to fold it, and I want to turn it, and I want to put it through again. I'm going to do that one more time. And this is part of the process of kneading. So now I told you this roller is at 8. I want to go ahead and move it to 7, and I am going to continue doing the same thing. And then I'm going to flip it to 6. And then I will continue to do that with the other pieces of dough, and then I will switch it to the spaghetti attachment and cut it. I want to unplug it for safety, and then I'm going to remove the pasta roller attachment, and I'm going to put on the spaghetti attachment. So the same way, I'm going to go ahead and put this on there, tighten it up, plug it back in, and make a spot to put my pasta. The only thing I'm missing that is helpful in pasta making is to have one of those little pasta trees that you can put your pasta noodles on when they're finished. But what I'm going to do is just kind of go ahead and ball up each sheet. And you'll just go ahead and continue to feed this through. And then you have little spaghetti noodles. To cook, go ahead and boil your pasta water and then just add them in. And then fresh pasta you want to cook for 2 to 4 minutes. So it's not as long as dried pasta, which is normally like 8 to 11 minutes. And then you want to stir it to prevent clumping. If you don't know, saving a little bit of your pasta water and then adding it back to the sauce helps the sauce stick onto the pasta. And then just strain it like normal. Mix up your pasta and plate.